What is up guys, it's Storm back here with another video, and in this one I'm going to be doing my first ever My Hero Academia what if. And that what if is what if Nomu killed All Might in the USJ attack. So let's just jump right into this. So everything pretty much stays the same until when All Might is going hand to hand with Nomu, and when he's absolutely wailing on him. And in this timeline, All Might goes even further, and he gets even stronger than when he did in the original timeline. This doesn't send the Nomu flying and incapacitated like it did in the original, but this ultimately kills the Nomu. After the dust has cleared, everyone sees what had happened. Everyone has seen that All Might is the victor, but he isn't moving. And as All Might takes his next step, he falls over. And he realizes that he went too far, and that One For All has left his body entirely. All Might had exhausted all his strength, and so he fell over. But this time, he didn't get up. Everyone in Class 1A and also the League of Villains watched as Nomu laid there, completely still. Deku ran over and saw that his idol, his teacher, his reason for even being a hero, was laying on the floor, not moving. So Deku ran towards All Might and started yelling for him to get up. But All Might didn't, and he continued to lay there, motionless. Deku then came to the realization of what had happened. All Might was dead. Tomura Shiragaki saw this, and he couldn't help but burst out laughing. His goal of trying to kill All Might had succeeded. As he laughed, Shiragaki told Class 1A that what were they going to do? Their symbol of peace was dead. And as Shiragaki was living, this angered Deku. All Might had just died, and Shiragaki was laughing, and he was the reason that All Might was dead. So Deku ran towards Shiragaki, preparing a smash that was his strongest one yet. But before Deku could reach him, Kurogiri warped from where he was to go help Shiragaki. As he was running, Deku saw Kurogiri warp through the ground, and Tomura Shiragaki laughed as he started to warp through the ground as well. And when Deku had reached them, it was too late. They were already gone. Everyone in Class 1A was shocked. 13, even though injured, had learned what had happened, and he didn't think it was true that the strongest hero was no more. Deku was even more furious, and he unleashed his rage onto the ground, which ultimately destroyed his arm, and also made the USJ building start to crumble. But that's when Ida showed up with the other heroes, who got everybody out of USJ, including the body of All Might, and the building collapsed on itself. Time passed and the world learned what had happened, that All Might had died. They couldn't believe it. The number one hero was gone. Their symbol of peace no more. After some more time had passed, a funeral for All Might was held, in which thousands attended and was broadcasted on TV. Everybody at UA High attended the funeral, and as Deku watched as his mentor's casket was lowered into the ground, he heard a voice tell him that now it was his turn to become the symbol of peace. And Deku turned to his right, and he saw an old man. The old man introduced himself as Gran Torino, the old teacher of All Might. Deku was shocked by this, and Gran Torino continued to talk. saying that he would become a teacher at UA High and he would train Deku to become the new symbol of peace. After the funeral, Deku talked with Gran Torino more, and he learned that Gran Torino was moving into the same town as UA High, and that they would start his training as soon as possible. The next couple of weeks passed, and Deku learned how to use One For All even better, and he learned full cowling earlier. And since he had more time to train with it, he wouldn't learn how to only use 5%, but 7% of One For All. Even though their symbol of peace had passed away, UA High still decided to hold the sports festival, and it was pretty much the same until Deku fought Todoroki. In the fight against Shinso, he didn't injure his fingers, but since he had learned full cowling from Gran Torino earlier, Deku would have stood a better chance. But when Deku prompted Todoroki to use both sides, Todoroki unleashed his full power onto Deku, which ultimately led to Deku losing and Todoroki the winner, and the rest of the sports festival continued like in the regular timeline, with Bakugo winning and Todoroki second. But while all of this was happening, when Stain had learned what had happened to All Might, he didn't know what to do. His ideals, his ideology was broken. All Might was the reason for his ideology, and since All Might was dead, what was the point? So Stain stopped killing heroes to contemplate on what he should actually be doing. So with Stain not killing heroes anymore, for now, Ida's brother wouldn't be put in the hospital and the UA students wouldn't have encountered and have a battle with him. As more time passed, Gran Torino continued to train Deku. Gran Torino then told Deku about All Might's old sidekick, Sir Night-Eye, and he told him everything about how Sir Night-Eye knew and how All Might was going to choose another successor to One For All, and that Sir Night-Eye used his quirk, Foresight, to see 6 or 7 years into the future and saw All Might dying. Deku was shocked by this, and Sir Night-Eye's foresights had come true. But Gran Torino, still teaching at UA, continued to train Deku, and Deku learned shoot style as well, and he upgraded his costume. Summer vacation stayed pretty much the same until the villains attacked. When Deku was fighting Muscular, Deku would do better in this fight. Not only would he use his hands, but he would use his newly acquired shoot style. From when he remembered about when he first acquired it, about how Gran Torino told him to be different from All Might. But it was not enough. Instead of a One For All 1,000,000% punch, Deku unleashed a full cowling at 100%. And after one kick, he sent Muscular flying, defeating him, but had shattered his leg along with his arms. The timeline pretty much stays the same, and Bakugo is still taken, and All For One thinking that since All Might is dead, no one can stop him, continues with his plan, and everything pretty much goes the same till when All For One finally shows himself. But All Might isn't there to stop him, and instead, when Deku and all of the other UA students save Bakugo, Deku lets go and lands in front of All For One. Deku looked at All For One and said that his time was over, that the League of Villains would be dismantled. Deku had learned about All For One from Gran Torino, but Deku didn't even know if he stood even the slightest chance. Deku unleashed his full cowling and the fight commenced, but it was clear that Deku stood no chance whatsoever. All for One dodged with ease, and all the heroes looked in terror as Deku was losing badly. But that's when Gran Torino showed up and kicked All for One away from Deku. Gran Torino yelled at Deku, saying what he was doing, and saying that he didn't stand a chance against All for One. But that's when Endeavor jumped down and joined the fight with Deku along with Gran Torino. All for One laughed, saying that the successor to One for All Might's old teacher, and that the number 2 hero couldn't beat him. The 3 heroes prepared themselves, and Deku prepared full cowling 100%. Gran Torino started preparing his strongest jet stream kick, and Endeavor started to unleash his ultimate flame attack. Gran Torino jumped and hit All for One in the face at blinding speeds, and then after Gran Torino moved out of the way, Endeavor unleashed his hell flame onto All for One. But when the fire and smoke cleared, All for One stood there as if unfazed. He then used his many quirks to push Endeavor and Gran Torino aside, and looked at Deku and said that he would finally end the cycle of One for All. So each of them started to prepare their final attack. Deku had learned of All Might's ultimate attack and started practicing with it, so that one day, if he needed it, he would be able to use it. And now it was time. Deku prepared himself, and so did All Might, and the two ran towards each other. Their attacks collided, and Deku yelled, "United States of Smash, One for All, 1,000,000,000%! And he unleashed his strongest attack that he had ever used onto All for One. This started to cancel out each other's attacks, but Deku overpowered All for One through sheer willpower alone, and everyone around the world watched as Deku defeated All for One. As the dust cleared, everyone saw Deku raising his left arm with a thumbs up. After that, he passed out. And after a few days had passed, he woke up in a hospital. The doctors told him that he had completely shattered his right arm, and that it would take months for it to recover. And the doctors told him that if he ever used an attack like that again, he would never be able to use his arms again. And that's when everyone came in and congratulated Deku on defeating All for One. Everyone in Class 1A, and all the teachers from UA, and Deku's mom was also there. And then Deku saw Bakugo, and Bakugo roared in anger, saying that he could have easily defeated All for One. But in reality, he knew he would have never stood a chance. And so, the story of Deku continued, without All Might. But now, the world had a new symbol of peace. And Deku would continue to train more, to become an even greater hero than All Might had. And within the following years, Deku had become the strongest hero to ever live. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this What If one-shot. It's basically where this is going to be the only part, and I do the whole story in one video. This was a really fun story to make, and My Hero Academia is one of my favorite anime of all time, along with Naruto, Dragon Ball, etc. And I really want to make more My Hero Academia what ifs. And if you guys want me to make more, then be sure to let me know down in the comments below. Also, go subscribe to my other channels, the links will be down in the description below. And also go follow me on Twitter and Instagram. The links to those will be down in the description as well. And can we get this video to 70 likes? Yeah, 70 likes. So be sure to smash that like button. And yeah, I guess I will see you guys in my next video. Oh, one thing before the video ends. This probably wasn't really that true if this is what happened. It was kind of fan-fiction-y. And I kind of made this what I want to happen, where Deku beat All For One, so I guess don't take it really that seriously if you're saying that this wouldn't happen. So yeah, I kind of know that this probably wouldn't happen, but it's whatever. I had a fun time making this. But anyways, I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.